2025 was a pretty good year for video games. I'd say it was the best year we got in quite a while, and it's safe to say that I actually played quite a bit of games that actually came out this year. Last year I did top 7 list, but this year I want to condense it down into 5 games instead of 7. Maybe we go a bit more in depth with them this time, since I realized the last one I didn't really talk about the actual games, I just talked about the achievements in said video games. And I'm actually planning on covering all those achievements in a later video, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, let's jump right into number 5. Hollow Knight. Me and this game have quite the history together, and also beef. Let me take you back all the way into 2022. I just got my first PC and I wanted to download some games to play on it. My good friend, let's just call him Spider-Man, suggested I play Hollow Knight. I've watched him play it before, but I was still not sure what the game was even about. So I boot up the game on Xbox Game Pass, streamed it for him, and got lost in the first couple areas, had some skill issue with the platforming, and after that I just eventually quit. Yeah, not a lot of progress there. But in 2024, after playing Elden Ring and absolutely falling in love with that game, I decided to give Hollow Knight another chance. I made it way further this time, reaching the City of Tears, even being the Soul Eater and getting the Crystal Dash. But once I got to the Royal Waterways, I was stuck on this shitty ass boss for about an hour, and once again I just quit. Worst part now that I look back on the fight, I missed an easy ass shortcut that could have cut down this run back time significantly. But you know, third time's a charm, right? Well, just last year, I gave Hollow Knight yet another try. At this point you think I was just picking up another game because I was really bored, and well, you're not really wrong. Because in 2025 there's a lot of good games coming out later in the years, and I kind of just wanted to play something in my free time. And while I was playing Hollow Knight, Silksong was teased during the April Nintendo Direct, so I actually had some motivation to finally beat this game after 3 goddamn years. Once again being the definition of insanity, another Hollow Knight playthrough was born. And you know what? I actually beat the goddamn game this time. And what a game it was. The exploration was great, the environments were also well crafted, for the most part. And the art style is fucking gorgeous, which was the main reason why I wanted to play this game, to be honest. And I honestly think my Souls journey in 2024 really prepped me for this game, because not a lot of bosses in the base game gave me that much trouble. And victory was still amazing as always. But I still don't think this game is as perfect as everyone glazes it or hypes it up to be, which explains why I only have this game at number 5. It's pretty slow to start. And yes, before you ask, a lot of these Metroidvanias / Souls-like games at the start are supposed to be this slow, and you're supposed to see your character get stronger as you progress. But in my opinion, Hollow Knight felt especially slower to me. It was only until I got the Mantis Claws and the Crystal Dash was when the game started to become a little bit more faster paced, but I digress. Overall, I think this game is definitely a slow burn, but once it clicks, it's pretty solid. Also, it's only $15, which is cheap as fuck, by the way. The first Berserker Kazan. Another Souls-like game on the list, huh? Souls-like.
Sheen, this is the 7th week in a row you've shown
Souls-like.
in class.
Miss Fowl. This one is different.
But on a serious note, all I gotta say is, this game rocks, man. I've always known about this game's existence all the way back in January of 2025, since I did play that early demo and liked it. But I never got around to playing the full game up until recently. No, seriously, I just finished 100%ing this game like a couple days ago, as I'm writing the script. But I kind of regret not playing this game any sooner, since the combat is so chunky and satisfying to play with. You can pull combos literally out of your asshole and just style on anybody, kinda like in Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden. And the best part about this game that literally I feel like every single Souls genre should have at this point, which is just a necessity, is parrying and deflecting. And if you know me, I will always have a soft spot for parrying or deflection-based games in the Souls-like category, mainly because it provides a better sense of skill expression rather than just dodging the enemy combo to get one attack off. But I think Kazan definitely blends both parrying, dodging, and even guard countering very well. You could pick either or to fit your playstyle, which is what you need to beat most of these bosses in this game. I also wanted to give a shout out to the boss roster in this game. There's quite a lot of good ones here. Maluka, Shaktuka, Viper, Blade Phantom, I can go on. And yes, for every good boss in a Souls game, there's always going to be some stinkers here and there, but for the most part, it's just peak bosses only. And the best part, you can literally replay any of these bosses as much as you want. If you quit out to the hub area and reload to the blade nexus near the boss door, it will respawn the boss. Like, this is just great game design, man. From Software, you better take some notes for the next game.
Write that down, write that down!
Also, one of the bosses / partners you team up with in this game is voiced by Anthony Howell, who also voices Margit in Elden Ring and Geppetto in Lies of P. Like, bro, this guy is literally just everywhere. It might be recency bias, but I think this game might have the best Souls-like combat of all time. Well, at least for now. Who knows if there's gonna be anything better, but I kinda doubt it. Just barely beating out Sekiro and Elden Ring in terms of combat. So if you love those games, it is a no-brainer to check out Kazan. You won't regret it. And the number 3 spot on this list goes to
Clair Obscur Expedition 33!
Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Mon ami, Clair Obscur, Expédition 33.
Yeah, I think it was no surprise that this game was going to be on my list. Out of all the genres out there, turn-based RPGs are like a foreign language to me. The only turn-based RPGs that I've played was Angry Birds Epic and Pokemon Leaf Green. But when I tell you that a turn-based RPG with a parry-based combat system lets you pull off a big counterattack while fighting enemies and bosses that look like they were straight out of Miyazaki's portraits, I think you have my attention, good sir. I will say one thing before I get into the next bit. I did kind of get into the hype a little bit when it released. Yeah, I know that sometimes it's not the best thing to do because it could just be overrated. Because it was during a time period where I just 100% Hollow Knight, and there was a 1 month gap wait for Elden Ring Nightreign. So I decided to give this game a try since it was free on the Xbox Game Pass. Most people that hype up these games are usually pretty shit, so I mean, what can go wrong, right?
Absolute cinema.
Like I always say, it's not about the rock, it's more about...
Oh boy, man, this game was honestly such a spectacle to play through. The story, characters, and writing are honestly all pretty well written. It makes you want to interact with each character every time you get a chance to talk to them. This game also just has some exceptionally goofy moments at times, which I can appreciate when a game doesn't take itself seriously, but also have a pretty serious narrative as the main part of it, which is a good balance between, humor and emotional stuff.
Jeez, tu poquimo va parino.
No, it's the password.
Pico femicola, gor granda bare bombino, passwordito, gomiku rapito sava.
I demand a trial by combat.
Tu poquito revo.
Do I have to participate? Please help me.
I am grumpy. Oh, are you now? I too am. But I'm also wee. So the wee balances the.
Have you tried throwing with your other arm instead? If you could hit the paintress directly, that would actually be useful.
You know, hobbies don't always have to be useful. I'm enjoying the uselessness of today and readying my usefulness for tomorrow.
Which really reminds me of the Yakuza series, where they have these really intense and dramatic moments in the game, but then you just cut to yourself dancing in a goddamn disco. And the combat? Yeah, it's good as well. You still have your standard turn-based mechanics here, like some supportive abilities or offensive abilities while it's your turn, and after you're done, the enemy goes and does their fair share of moves. But the twist with this game is that you can dodge or parry attacks in between your turns, which makes the game way more interactive and not a slog to play through. You might think it would make encounters way too easy, but the developers had this system in mind. They have these super fast combos that you almost cannot dodge on your first attempt. But then you have these really slow ass combos. And some enemies are just straight up evil. the end, I think this game definitely deserved the praise it got at the Game Awards. But on a side note, I don't think it should have won 9 awards that night, but it's still nothing short of a masterpiece. Also, the OST slaps, by the way, if you haven't really heard. With that being said, if you haven't played this game, well, what are you waiting for? Just go play it. I guarantee you will have a great time with it. Hollow Knight's Silksong. We got a big one, boys. This game has been hyped up for 6 long years. Always being spammed in literally every game showcase live stream. The fans are fucking rabid beasts that are crazy and seem like insane individuals. A bit more than Bloodborne fans, if I'm being honest. Now, I thought Hollow Knight was good, but it definitely had its flaws. The game was slow, combat was super simple, but it was still good enough. And the only thing that was great was the world building and the exploration in that game. But I'm happy to say that Silksong improved on every aspect of the first game. Well, almost every aspect, I guess. This is the game on this list that is pretty odd to me. While I really love this game, I also kinda hate it as well. A lot of the counters in this game like to gank you in a small arena. Like literally, you run 5 feet away from the bench and you get locked into a room with like 5 homeless people they have to defeat. And probably like 1 big homeless dude that does like 2 massive damage. The runbacks in this game also seem like something that the Dark Souls 2 devs would conjure up. But, and I mean but, if we ignore all those things and just focus on the combat, world design, enemy design, music, and exploration, yeah, this game is pretty phenomenal at that. I know it's a Metroidvania and not an open world game, but man, the amount of secret areas, bosses, and loot you can just easily miss in this big, packed ass world is incredible. It reminds me a lot of Elden Ring, mainly Shadow of the Erdtree. That game had areas stacked on top of areas, and it felt like it literally just never ended. Like you would go in one area, finish it out, find a secret wall that literally takes you to another whole ass area. Like, holy fuck, man. That's really we're just fucking having fun with this game, huh? And we have the combat. It works pretty similar to Hollow Knight. You got your basic swipes, charge swipes, downward swipes, and your dash swipes. This game has a lot of quality of life changes that made the combat actually engaging to play with, like sprinting, which is something that comes with your dash, but it makes fighting bosses and enemies that teleport around a lot not feel very tedious. The grappling hook makes you close distance on those flying enemies or just enemies that like to also run around a lot. Crests that change all of your attacks and silk skills that fit your certain playstyles, as well with tools and charms to boot, to craft your own builds to take down those annoying ass bosses. Oh yeah, the bosses. We're mostly looking at the mainline bosses and not the side ones because most of the side ones suck ass. They're all pretty good. Most of them feel like a sort of dance that makes you get into a rhythm, pretty similar to a lot of Souls bosses, and the spectacle is just as grand as those said Souls bosses. Like Phantom, Last Judge, Lace, Widow, First Sinner, Carmelita, Cogwork Dancer, Robia. All of these bosses feel like they can rival some of the best From Software bosses. Like, I'm not even joking, I actually mean it. And let's take a moment to appreciate the OST, because holy fuck, Christopher Larkin absolutely cooked with this one. Also, this game is only like $20 by the way, so there's literally no excuse of not getting it. Before we get into the number one spot of this video, which I feel like some of you already know what it's going to be at this point, I'd like to point out some honorable mentions in this list that didn't make the cut. And there's quite a bit of them too, so be prepared. Starting off with the last 3 Souls games I had to beat to complete my From Software catalog. And now I'm officially certified as a From Software enjoyer, which I'm pretty proud of honestly, because I thought I would never play Bloodborne or Demon Souls. Alright, the first one we have here is Dark Souls 2.
He threw his shield!
It's the Moon Knight Butterfly shield.
Bruh. Why are they posing like that? Why are they posing like that? Who the fuck do these guys think they are?
Yeah, I think all the memes I've seen about this game were right. It was kind of a pain in the ass to play this one, and it was an even bigger pain in the ass to watch my friend try to beat this game. I'll leave the playlist down in the description below. Pretty much took the things that made the first game good and turned it around on its head. For better, you know, on fire aesthetics. These are pretty good. And power stancing. And for worse, like ADP, ganks, fucking really weird movements, and like limited shitty stamina. The game somehow felt even slower and even clunkier than Dark Souls 1, which is something that I would never think would even be comprehensible. The runbacks were atrocious at times, and a lot of times actually. Enemy density and bosses in a lot of areas feel like a prank that Miyazaki told the director of the game to put in. This was one of the only games in the Souls genre, other than Demon Souls, that I actually didn't even do a second playthrough after I beat the game. It was so bad that I actually just wanted to get off it. I honestly just only played this game just so like I can at least experience it and see why people disliked it. At least now I can say I actually played the game instead of just shitting on it blindly without playing the game. Bloodborne. Oh boy. Yeah, I finally got a PlayStation about a year ago to play this damn game. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit disappointed in this game. Like, don't get me wrong, the art style, atmosphere, and enemy design is absolutely top tier. And some of the OST is pretty damn banger. But the mechanics, unnecessary grinding, and honestly, I hate to beat up a dead horse here, but the 30 FPS got on my nerves quite a bit. Well, not as much as the stupid running jumping thing that got me killed quite a lot on the bosses. And the bosses in the base game, at the very least, were pretty damn underwhelming. A lot of just big ass beast fights that fly around everywhere while doing super high damage for some reason, or at least just gang of boss fights and some bosses that having really bad runbacks for some reason. Like, goddamn, this is 2015. You'd think they would fucking learn from the mistakes from Dark Souls 2 the year prior, but I guess not. But at least the DLC was pretty good though. Ludwig and Lady Maria were pretty fun. But Orphanakos was a fucking nightmare, just flying around everywhere, screaming like Peppino Spaghetti from Pizza Tower. Overall, I did enjoy my time with it, but not enough to make it on the list. Demon Souls, the grandfather of Soulslikes games. This is where it all started. And it kinda sucks, honestly. This game for its time was pretty fucking bold, losing half your health every time you die. Runbacks that start you from the beginning of the map all the way until the end of the map, like who the hell designed this shit? Oh, I see why. Really crowded and tight spaces with enemies, limited healing items. Now all this, I just stated why this game was frustrating to other people, but for me, it honestly felt kind of easy. Maybe it's because I played every single From Software game before this one, and then some, but there wasn't many moments in the game where I felt like it was pretty hard or bullshit. Well, except the old hero runback, that can go fuck itself. I did play the PS5 version, so even if the game was old and dated, at least I got to see all the pretty graphics. Decent game, but would rather play the modern titles. I mean, do you guys really expect anything else was gonna be at number one? If you watched my channel for the past couple of months, you could see I was absolutely addicted to Elden Ring Nightreign. Nearly every day I'd be getting pings on Discord just to hop on Nightreign with my friends. And then, you know what? I can never deny it, because this game is just that goddamn good, man. I haven't been this sucked into a multiplayer game ever since Garden Warfare 2, and that's saying something. But you might be thinking, why have I put over 400 hours on a game that has a ton of reused assets from Elden Ring into it, with also a roguelike filter? Well, the answer is pretty obvious, because it's still Elden Ring at the end of the day. It was my game of the year last year, and my favorite game of all time. And I have over 300 hours since then. The build variety, bosses, world design, NPCs, and combat of that game just make it an absolute masterpiece of an experience that I feel like almost everyone should at least play through once in their entire lives. But the only thing I never really liked about Elden Ring was starting subsequent playthroughs. I have played this game over 8 to 9 times by now, but maybe more after Shadow Yard Tree came out. So starting a new character, gathering the Dectus medallions, the Physic tiers, smithing stone / somber stone bell bearings, and getting the weapon and build going for my character always takes about 2+ hours of running around and doing jack shit. So Nightreign basically took the idea of making a new character and just made making builds on the fly so much easier. Sure, the builds are not going to be as overpowered as in base Elden Ring, but having a run not take over an hour is honestly pretty chill to me. Couple that with the unique classes that you can use to fit each build style, like magic builds, incantation builds, colossal weapon builds, etc. And the game also has multiplayer, because everything is always better with friends, right?
Always RNG, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck that, let me read the item.
Didn't have anything good in it anyways.
Fucking greedy little goblin.
It's mine.
I take one item out of the thing, and he grabs it. Fucking.
Oh, here you
I
go.
do another one, he grabs it.
You caused this, right?
Huh?
You caused it.
You guys wanted to do the Everjail.
I didn't even say anything about the Everjail. I said the Red Elder Lion.
Well, you didn't say no.
I came down here to help. Turned out it was a mistake.
Pat's the one to blame.
Oh yeah, blame me. The Everjail haver.
The Everjail haver.
Oh, because I probably want to go grab that stupid church.
Oh, nobody told you to go in there and fight it.
You're wasting time.
Should have followed the leader.
You made the leader? So you got your fucking 6 cent spot. Shut the fuck up.
Gonna die here right now.
Fucking fraud of the century. Somebody clip that.
I'm right here.
Mods, replay the bell bearing hunter clip.
Don't res around, dude. He's useless as a fucking sack of shit.
I'm dead.
Okay, I keep getting madness fract. Bro's hitting me with
Bro's
the
playing
madness.
fucking Iron Knight. He's dying, dude. I can't believe this.
Yep.
Bro's not using his skill to dodge. Just using it for damage.
I am.
Nah, this is a fucking lie. You never use it to dodge.
I am using it to dodge. Fucking niggas
Just don't lie to me, Rag. You don't have to lie.
I'm not lying.
Dude.
Get me up. I'll fucking pop a Starline kill him.
You should have popped it a long time ago.
No, I wanted it for the boss.
Just buy more.
You can only buy 2.
I could have bought you some.
Watch out, watch out.
I could have bought you some too.
Oh. Maybe one level up? I don't know.
I'm already gotta get level 15 from this shit.
I know you ain't call me greedy of all. That's you, bro.
Bro's fucking you're greeting a singular starlight.
And these all good.
That's the epitome of greed.
Nah. You tripping.
Fucking.
Just lock in, bro.
Lock it. You're the one that had 3 bars.
Real.
I had 3 bars too.
To lock in.
I had 1 bar. What you fucking mean 3 bars?
No, it was Pat that had 3 bars.
I didn't have 3 bars. Dude, you're actually fucking coping, bro.
Bro's coping. Bro's
Who's
overdosing
coping?
on copium.
No, that's y'all. That's crazy.
You.
Bait used to be believable.
Also the fact that this game has a ton of quality of life changes like sprinting, wall climb, faster consumable usage, and a multiplayer connection in a From Software game that's actually smooth as butter for once. For the most part, honestly.
My fucking PC is dying.
All of this that I just listed makes me not want to go back to regular Elden Ring, and I'll happily stick to this game as long as it keeps supporting it, balance changes, new content update like the new Everdark bosses, like hey, if you can just throw in Everdark Healster and Dreadlord in there, you know, I'd play the game again. And more potential DLC, which, you know, is probably not going to happen, but I'm a bit optimistic on that. And so with that, I happily present Elden Ring Nightreign with my Game of the Year trophy. You've earned it, Junya Ishizaki. And take that, Game Awards. I never liked you anyways. Well, that wraps up this video. 2025 was definitely my favorite year for gaming, since we had just so many incredible bangers coming out of nowhere. And I hope 2026 will at least be half as good as 2025. Only thing I see that'll be of interest to me is Phantom Blade Zero, since the combat in that game just looks awesome. Duskblood looks cool and could be very truly just Nightreign but with PvP, but the fact that it's a Nintendo Switch exclusive really irks me. So yeah, thank you for reaching the end of the video, and I'll catch you guys next time.